She was fully clothed. How did she have time to get dressed if she was being dragged back to a freak off? You didn't break it down. You didn't look at the bag in her hand. You didn't look at the phone in her hand. You didn't look at the fact that once Puff got the bag slash phone, the violence ceased. You didn't look at the fact that he was literally sitting down and yelling at her. You're not a leader. You just listen to a bunch of stupid narratives, but you don't think for yourself. All you come in, all you come in, all you come in. Can you pull up that video, see? Pull up that video.
The one with the Canadian boy.
Yeah. This guy, man, this guy, this is what I'm talking about. Like when we talk about like being leaders, this is what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? So let's pull this up.
The freak offs and the baby oil and all the jokes, like it was fun for social media, but in a courtroom that didn't play well to allow people to really understand the severity of what was going on with these women. And the biggest disappointment for me, I think, is the fact that basically the jury said that these were consensual acts, or at least to the point that they weren't forced to be doing these things. That's why he was not guilty on those charges, is the jury basically said these women were going along with it, and the prosecution, they were trying to say it was a consensual but toxic relationship with Cassie, that it wasn't this abusive relationship. My thing is, like, did we not see the video, or was that video not enough?
You're gonna have to rewind this part. You're gonna have to rewind this part. This is the part that really pissed me off, and like, and this is why I say, guys, we got to be leaders. Yes, we saw the video. Did you not break down the video? Did you not examine the video? Did you not ask questions about the video? Or did you just take the video? Now, I'm going to ask you that one more time, Jeremy. Did you just look at the video and just go with what everybody told you the narrative of the video was? Or did you actually do your research? Did you actually play it again and say, what's going on here? What's going on here? What's going on there? Let me tell you guys something about this jury. They're smarter than the average person. I said this on the live on Friday with Queen Ahmadiyya Shakur. I'm going to say it to you guys now. This jury was not stupid. This jury was more educated than the average person. They had molecular biologists, scientists. They had accountants on the jury. They had one engineer. Like this jury was smart. And the jury had a lot of life experience. This wasn't a young jury. It was, I think, an average of like 58, 59 years old. So people like this guy, they'll sit there and say, what? This is so obvious. You never spent one day in the court. You're not as smart as the jury. And you don't have as much life experience as the jury. So who the hell are you to say, did you not see the video? At what point does it click into your head to say, geez, I probably don't have all the facts? At what point, Ashley Banfield, at what point does it click into your head to say, I probably don't have all the facts here? I wasn't there. These people, they're pretty smart. They also have life experience. Then that other YouTuber calls the jury a jury. You can't even put two sentences together properly. And you're telling the jury they're a jury. The jury's smarter than you. The jury has more life experience than you. The jury also sacrificed more than you sacrificed because you came to the trial for money. The jury came to this trial for civil duty. And to me, it's disgusting. I don't want our future to be like that. I don't want people to just let this slide. That's why we highlight stuff like this. This guy, have you seen the video? You don't know anything about the trial, my dude. You don't know anything. You weren't there one day in court. If you were there, I would have seen you because I'm there every single day. You're not there one day in court. The jury's smarter than you. They're also older than you. So what? The jury's just stupid? Yeah, we all saw the video, but all you did with that video is follow the narrative of the video. You didn't break it down. You didn't look at the bag in her hand. You didn't look at the phone in her hand. You didn't look at the fact that once Puff got the bag slash phone, the violence ceased. You didn't look at the fact that he was literally sitting down and yelling at her. All you did is say in your head, he dragged her back to the freak off. What are you talking about? She got dragged for 3 seconds. We went through the video. And people like this, like, I actually really do respect like anybody who does stuff in this space. But you have a platform. You have a responsibility. Stop it. We don't have a platform here. We just got started literally a month ago. You do. So you have a responsibility to stop filling people's heads with lies. You have to be a leader, not a follower. Think for yourself. Again, the jury's smart. The prosecutor said he was in a towel. This is what she said. Maureen Comey. This is how she talked to the jury when she was screaming her head off. And I was sitting there in the court like, yo, why are you yelling at us? Right? Because remember, us, we're the extension of the jury, right? I'm like, why are you yelling at us? She was yelling and screaming. Of course, this is laughable that the defense attorneys would tell you. The defense attorneys would tell you that the freak off was over. Of course, the freak off wasn't over. He came out in a towel and he dragged her back into the room to continue the freak off. At that point, you're just lying to us. Number one reason why you're lying to us is because of the simple fact that Cassie's testimony was he was in the shower or on the phone when I left. It's in the testimony. This is your witness. So you're trying to fool the jury, and the jury is smart. If they got a bunch of dummies on the jury, they would have been like, oh, yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. But because they got smart, educated people on this jury who have years of experience in life, the jury was like, that's not true. She said that he was in the shower or on the phone. And then it was somebody in our chat that is also smart that said something that I didn't even think of, which was, yeah, but then if she was running out, wouldn't she be in a towel too? Wouldn't she be naked? She was fully clothed. How did she have time to get dressed if she was being dragged back to a freak off? How was she able to get dressed, pack her bags, and all that if she was being dragged back to a freak off? But the guy, like this guy, Jeremy, just follows people. He's a follower. He's not a leader. And I'm calling you out, my guy. You're a follower. You're not a leader. You just listen to a bunch of stupid narratives, but you don't think for yourself. Remember that critical thinking box that they had in school when we were in elementary school? You must have failed that part. You can't just be told that this is what you're seeing and say, well, must be what I'm seeing. You actually have to say, all right, you can tell me what I'm seeing, but let me check for it myself. Let me look at this myself. Let's rewind maybe 30 seconds.
We're going along with it. And the prosecution, they were trying to say it was a consensual but toxic relationship with Cassie, that it wasn't this abusive relationship. My thing is, like, did we not see the video, or was that video not enough? Because if that video wasn't enough to prove that that wasn't consensual or coercion, or at least like this woman did not want to be dragged back in there to do whatever act she was about to do because she was trying to run away. If that wasn't enough for a jury to think that.
I want somebody to show me where she was dragged back to the room. This is what people say. Like, did we not see the video? She didn't not want to be dragged back to the room for the freak off. All right, well, let's all see the video. Why don't we all watch the video? Big up the video on the screen. Let's all watch the video then. By the way, I want you guys to remember, this is 2016. This video is damn near 9 years ago. It's like 9.5 years ago by now. So everybody who's like, Puff is a monster, just remember that people change over time. And there was a lot of stuff that came out in court that a lot of people don't think about. There was a lot of stuff that came out in court in which he was doing the work on himself. He, for example, he had like a spiritual coach, and he was trying to get right with God. And this all in the testimony. These are in the text messages and stuff like that. People are indicting Puff on who he was 9 years ago. I challenge you. Who were you 9 years ago? I challenge you. Think about it. Who were you 9 years ago? Nearly a decade ago. So people are looking at this video from 9 years ago of March 2016. Wow, what a monster. What an evil person. What is this? Who were you 9 years ago? And I'm not caping for Puff. I'm just trying to tell people, like, think. Just don't let people just tell you stuff. All right, guys, this is the triggering part. You can keep playing it, but this is the triggering part. So just look away if you're triggered by this. I know some people are. He missed that kick, by the way. He kind of skinned her a little bit. But he got his bag. He drags her for 1, 2, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi. This is the same. It's just a different angle. So 4 seconds and leaves her. Takes the bags. She's cussing him out. Like, what the hell is wrong with you? She's so scared. She's cussing him out. What the hell is wrong with you? Leaves, goes back there. What is so important about those bags? She picks up some stuff that looks like it fell out of the bags. She walks over to the phone. Where was she dragged back into the room? What the hell is this guy talking about? Jeremy, if you're watching this, what are you talking about? He comes back to argue with her. He's literally standing over there arguing with her. Picks the bags up, says, I'm going back to her. Remember, these are drug-fueled freak-off parties. And he's a drug addict. Talks some more stuff to her, walks away, takes the bags. He can't even walk straight. Look, he's walking all sides of the hallway. Just be a thought leader. Like, he can't even walk. He's walking from one side of the hallway to the next side. He realizes that he doesn't have the phone. Comes back. See that? He has his fist balled up. Realizes he doesn't have the phone. Comes back. You'll see him come back. And pause it. What you guys need to see is the mirror. Look at the mirror behind there. Look at the mirror. The first thing he does is go and try to find the phone. Rewind it a little bit. You'll see, because after it comes out of the screen, yeah, right here it comes out of the screen. But look at the mirror. Go ahead, play. He's like, where's the phone? They go out of the camera a little bit. Pause it. Yeah, right there. You see, now he has the phone in his right hand. And you could see it in the mirror. It's a flashing device with a screen. This is not him dragging her back to a freak off. This was an argument over cheating, infidelity, her going into his phone, him going into her phone, whatever. I don't know whose phone this is. I don't know if it's her phone or his phone. And he's not done. He has some more stuff. He sits down and throws the vase at her, or the flowers or whatever. It doesn't hit her, but throws it at her and he's cussing her out. But this dumb, I shouldn't call him dumb. This follower, pause it. He stopped. Rewind that. If you've been on here and you've had an argument with somebody, especially your girlfriend, you've done this before. If you're a male on here and you got an argument, actually women do this too. My mother used to do this. Rewind it. That stop and look back, that right there, put a 1 in the chat if you've done it or if it's been done for you with your girlfriend or boyfriend. That stop and look back and a little bit more cuss, and then you just continue on. And then one more. And another thing. And another thing. This is an argument between a couple. They tried to put this into dragging her back to the room. He's all the way over here, and she's all the way over there. She never got dragged to no room, Jeremy. But you're a follower, so you just say what's said to you. Look, pause it. He sits back down again. Now, what I think she was doing right here is, see where her hand is out? What I think she was saying is, don't, no, 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 because she just got roughed up. I'm not going to call it a beating, like these fools call it, a savage beating. Like, he literally dragged her to the ground, missed the first kick, and then stomped on her leg. God bless. But you see her right there? She's saying, no, 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 no more. To me, it looks like she's begging him not to hit her anymore. Play again. And then he says something, which is like, I'm not going to hit you again. And he just sits down. And then this is when the guy comes and says, hey, let's go back to the room. Because this was 11 o'clock in the morning, if you guys don't know. This was in the daytime. This wasn't in the middle of the night. This was in the daytime. And other guests was hearing the argument and hearing the ruckus and hearing the yelling and the screaming. And the other guests called the security saying, I don't know what the hell's happening on this floor, but people are going crazy outside. You guys got to come and check it out. So that's what happened, Jeremy. Now, Jeremy sits there and says, oh, she didn't want to be dragged back to the room. What are we talking about? Did you not look at the video? Clearly, in that hallway, he wanted the phone in the bag, not her. And the jury knew that. And the jury did not buy the nonsense story that was being sold to them by the prosecution. This guy did. And the reason why is he's not as smart as the jury. Let's continue.
My thing is, like, did we not see the video, or was that video not enough? Because if that video wasn't enough to prove that that wasn't consensual or coercion, or at least, like, this woman did not want to be dragged back in there to do whatever act she was about to do because she was trying to run away. If that wasn't enough for a jury to think that like, that's not toxic. That is clear abuse. So if that wasn't enough for a jury, I don't know what we would have had that would have been enough evidence.